I used to be a civic nationalist.
People are starting to
I
wake
used
up.
to believe that as long as we judged others as individuals, the world would steadily become a better place regardless of our differences. I used to believe that collectivism was characteristic of the feeble-minded, the unenlightened, and possibly racist. I used to believe that immigrants to our country would assimilate to our culture if we just gave them the opportunity. I used to be naive about human nature. I used to be a civic nationalist. And so I began to question this belief of mine. I began to question, why do only white countries have the moral obligation to live in this experimental diversity? I began to question why Americans living in the land of the free were forbidden the freedom of association. I began to question why the same groups of people that benefit from our country's altruism are allowed to collectivize within our borders in peace, yet any semblance of white collectivism is considered a form of supremacy.
True.
I began to question, why do I have to morally justify the continuation of my people? I am no longer a civic nationalist. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because demographics matter. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because in our majority white country, it is considered controversial just to say, it's okay to be white. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because if the United States were to close its borders tomorrow, whites will still become a minority before the next 50 years. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because in a world of collectivism, individualism is suicidal. And I'm no longer a civic nationalist because I won't stand by as whites become minorities in their own homelands just so that I can selfishly claim at the end of it all, at least I was an individualist.
At least I'm not racist.
And I have a dream that one day
Nonsense.
whites will be equally permitted to live in their own countries as others do. I am no longer a civic nationalist, and I'm not sorry about it.
Based woman.